Good afternoon and welcome to a very abbreviated version of my YouTube channel. I am going to call this Alleviating Fear of COVID, and it is Sunday, March 29th, 2020. Just got off my bike from a 20-mile bike ride, hence the lovely hair and the gym clothing. But it was really important, I thought, to get this information out to you. This is being recorded on my iPhone, so that is why the video quality is not as good as it usually is. First things first, it's a tough time for everybody. And I think the first thing we have to do is stay calm and recognize that this is a virus. And there are a lot of things that we can do to be empowered to make the process better for everybody else. For my physician colleagues, particularly my surgical colleagues, there is a wonderful forum. And I have sent this link to my colleagues in Russia and in Great Britain, Italy, and India today, as well as Australia. And I want to make sure that this information gets out there. Pansurge.org is a group out of Imperial College. They're doing weekly updates. They've had conferences basically online where you can ask questions, and they're experts. Italy, Singapore, and tomorrow morning is going to be Spain. And what we're trying to do is disseminate the information from physicians who've gone before us before we get the surge of patients. Currently in New York, we are about to experience the surge. Here in Arizona, we're probably a few weeks behind, but all of this information is really important and we want to get it out there. So pansurge.org for all of my physician surgeon colleagues. I found a link to Dr. David Price's video on YouTube, and I'm going to call him Dr. Priceless because he is an ICU critical care intensivist from New York City's Weill Cornell University. I found the link from my American College of Surgeons. I have a feed every day where physicians from around the country and some around the world are blogging or going on to ask questions and comments. Dr. Price's video was recommended. I watched it yesterday morning. It's a 57-minute video. He's been in the ICU, and Weill Cornell's hospital has basically been turned into a COVID hospital. And he's very calm and very matter-of-fact about how to do this. His video link is on the bottom of the video, and I encourage you to watch it with your family, friends, share it with everybody. The basics are stay home when you can, and isolation is important. 2 weeks could potentially, if everybody stayed in their house 2 weeks, this could be done. You've got to wash your hands constantly and use hand sanitizer. Take it everywhere with you. Hand sanitizer is absolutely critical to killing this virus. And do not touch your face. This is not an aerosolized virus for the most part, not for the general public. But if somebody touches the surface and then touches their face, touches their eyes, their nose, their mouth, that's how you can get this virus. And we're looking at so many educational videos from around the world. The reason why so many Asian countries wear masks, they've gone through SARS, they've gone through other major viral outbreaks. And so they wear masks not to keep the SARS viral particles from entering them in the general public. The mask is really to keep the viral particles from you touching your face. And so he really recommends when you're out in public to wear a mask, and it doesn't have to be a surgical mask. It doesn't need to be an N95 mask. It can be a bandana. It can be anything to keep you from touching your face and reminding you, don't touch your face. And it's very hard if you think about it, during the day, how many times do you scratch your eyes, you rub your nose, you put something in your mouth, you touch your lips. So the wearing the mask in public, I have been wearing the mask in the hospital for the past 2 weeks because I was out of town when we got our do not travel ban. And I was wearing my mask not to protect me from getting the virus, but to keep me, if I had been exposed, from having any droplets or any specks of fluid being aerosolized or going out onto surfaces. The other things that came out of his video that were so important are there has really been a consensus to avoid Motrin, nonsteroidal anti-inflammatories, ibuprofen, Aleve. These have been linked to potentially a worsening of the symptoms. So if you need something for your fever, take Tylenol or call your doctor. In addition, don't clog the ERs with just regular community viral cases of potential COVID virus where you could stay at home. 80% of patients are not going to have significant symptoms. But if you have shortness of breath, if you can't hold your breath for 10 seconds or have significant shortness of breath, you absolutely should go to an emergency room. And he also had great information in his video about shopping, going once a week, what you do with a cart, wearing your mask, what do you do with door handles, and also how to, get the delivery of food is fine, but how to accept your Amazon or your other delivery packages. And his video was really awesome because there was no fear involved with it. This was about becoming empowered, becoming educated, knowing that you have the ability to potentially avoid getting the COVID virus. Two other things that I want to share with you right now that I have found that also came off of my American College of Surgeons feed was a blog post called Harvard to the Big House on WordPress. The link to the first Harvard to the Big House on COVID is on this video right now, and you can click the link to get there directly. And through that video, I found a wonderful microbiologist from the University of Pittsburgh, my alma mater, JC on a bike, and it's a YouTube video that you can also subscribe to, and I encourage you to do so. JC does a great. I wish I could do it. He rides his bike and has a journal club on the bike where he pops up all of the journal articles and the data. And this is not anything about a COVID conspiracy theory. This is about, where did this virus come from? How are we going to get past this? And I think when the viral scare and the curve is flattened and we're at a place where we're not on a day-to-day survival basis, a lot of the information that's in this blog and on these journal clubs will really become very salient. In addition, there are supplements that have been recommended: vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. Again, avoid Motrin. For healthcare providers, make sure you take care of yourselves. Without us on the front line, the other individuals that need us are not going to be able to have our skill to be there to take care of them, which is why I've been exercising every day, I did a 6-mile hike yesterday, spent a lot of time researching all the things that I need to know in the future as I potentially transition out of being a breast cancer surgeon back to the front lines. And whatever we have to do to take care of our community, we're going to do that. Avoid stress, hard to do, but I will also put a link into a yoga nidra that my sister did that I listen to 20 minutes every day. Get good sleep, exercise, and the most important thing is stay positive. Um, it's going to be a tough time. We're going to lose a lot of people to this virus, but we really need to flatten the curve. So if you can, stay at home, don't touch your face, use a lot of hand sanitizer, and keep your social circle really, really, really small. And be prepared. This is probably going to be about a year till we can flatten this virus out completely, but we will be able to ramp up our lives eventually. And the sooner we all adhere to these great rules and the great advice that Dr. Price gives us, the better off we're all going to be. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next YouTube chat. Bye-bye.